y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm super excited to start a new project. I am planning on doing a mini album for the summer, and the way I'm going to do it is actually a deconstructed traveler's notebook. So I have this gorgeous one from By the Well for God with all of the rainbows. I'm going to take it apart and then I'm going to do a couple of the first pages of the book. So if you want to stick around and see how this traveler's notebook process goes, then hang on tight. I'll put you on fast forward. Everything that I end up using, I will link down below if you're interested in checking it out. All right, let's go. There are a couple of reasons that I'm really enjoying this deconstructed traveler's notebook format right now. First of all, I really like the size. It's not overwhelming. The size of a traveler's notebook, each page is about 4¼ by 8¼ somewhere in there. And it's not overwhelming. It's easy to just document a few pictures here and there. And then I like the deconstructed idea because I can add some bulk and I can add dimension, and that is something that I don't get to play with a lot necessarily in my Bible journaling or in my other creative journaling, just because I don't want to bulk up those projects too much. But if it's a ring bound traveler's notebook, I can really play with some materials that I haven't gotten to play with, which I think is a lot of fun to do during the summer especially. And this summer I'm really trying to bust through some stash. So I have some dimensional pieces that have just been in my stash for a while because I've collected them from different companies and things like that, and I'm ready to use them and to have fun with them. So all I've done so far is take apart the traveler's notebook, cut it in half, and then I measured out 2 inches from each end to cut or to punch some holes. And I'm just using a regular old single hole punch. And then I got these super pretty rings. I got a set of like rainbow rings from Amazon because I'm loving these projects. And these are notebooks that I also made for my swap. When I went on a retreat in Kansas, I made custom notebooks for all the ladies there. So I had the rings for that project as well. All right, the first page I'm going to work on is going to be kind of the introduction page. The idea is that this traveler's notebook will be kind of a summer theme. Of course, I found some rainbow paper. Again, I'm going through my stash. This is my stash of Hip Kit Club scraps. So pages that I've already cut into, which makes them perfect for a traveler's notebook size. And I'm just kind of, like I said, busting through my stash this summer. I want to encourage you to do the same. Pull out those papers that you've either been hoarding or just haven't had a chance to get to, and have fun putting them together and playing with them and enjoying the process. Don't overthink it. I always like to keep it just a little bit lighter during the summer, a little bit more fun, because a lot of times my crafting is harder to get to. The kids are home, and this year we actually have activities and camps and all the things to go to. So it's a busy time. It's a fun time. I really love the summer, and I'm excited about this new mini album. Okay, I did go ahead and put that rainbow paper down. I know that on the back I'm wanting to do mixed media, which is why I went ahead and cut that cardstock and mounted it onto the white paper that I already had, because that way it'll give me some prevention from the bleed through of mixed media. So now I took my picture. It's in 3x4. I print them at home on my Epson Photomate printer, and then I sewed it onto this dark blue cardstock, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of tissue paper behind it. I have this, it looks orange on the screen. It's actually kind of a corally color in person, but I'm going to add that on top just for a little extra something, little interest in the background of that particular paper. And that will be kind of my main focus for the intro page. It's a picture of my kiddos and my husband sitting in front of our house, just enjoying ice pops. And I feel like nothing says summer more than enjoying those colorful ice pops outside. So using my ATG gun, and I'm really liberal with the adhesive when I'm working in my traveler's notebook, just because these pages are not in page protectors. So they definitely will, have some wear and tear. And so I want to make sure the adhesive is nice and strong. Okay, so I'm looking through a couple of my embellishment drawers. I have one drawer that is all full of labels, and I think this jumbo label is actually from Illustrated Faith, and you'll see I'll actually switch out the colors a couple different times. I just wanted to keep this part in and show you how I kind of audition different embellishment pieces. So especially die cuts, especially when I'm working on layering and putting together clusters, it doesn't always just come together super easy. I mix and I match, I move things around, I change my mind. Sometimes it comes together quickly, and then sometimes I struggle. This one, I haven't really looked through my Felicity Jane embellishments, which is the drawer that I'm holding in my hand right now. I haven't looked through it in a while, so it took me a little bit of time just to remember what was in there, the kind of shapes, the kind of colors, that sort of thing. So I love the mix tape, the cassette tape up top. I think that's perfect for summer, but that orange tag wasn't doing it for me. The yellow is going to be better, I believe, and I just don't know what I want to put down there. I think it's hearts, and then I find a heart that has kind of a sketched outline, like the heart on the top, and you can see me kind of moving things around. So this is going to be my basic look. When I think I kind of know what I want, I go ahead and start putting things down. You can always change your mind as you're working on it, but when I'm feeling a little confident, instead of continuing to second guess myself on putting together clusters, I just start putting things down on the page, because that kind of makes the decision for you. You're not going to move things around a whole lot once you've added adhesive, which is the case here. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of these down. I decided to stop with the gold heart and leave the other heart and the star to the side. I keep them out in case I want to use them, but it turns out I really don't need them on this spread. All right, I'm looking through my Felicity Jane alphabets. So I have a ton of alpha stickers and some puffy stickers from Felicity Jane. I pulled out some phrase stickers. I'm pulling out these alphas. They are pretty cute, but eventually I settle on these right here, mostly because I have all of these numbers and I want to add the year. So I'm adding 2021 up at the top. I happen to really like that it goes above the label and is bigger than that label. I think that is a cool look. And then I'm just going to add the title Summer 2021, because this is, again, the intro page on my mini album, and so I just want it labeled nice and clearly, and I had to move that gold heart, but that's okay. I will move that to the side, and my intro page is done. All right, the other pictures that I have to document are from the pool. We just started going to our local pool this week. I'm so happy that they are open. My kids are doing swim lessons. We are really enjoying the water. So I wanted to document that, and I thought using my sprays would be fun just because they kind of remind me of water. I love the blues. I thought that would be a lot of fun. I actually decided to mix some Distress spray and some Dina Wakley acrylic spray, and I like that because you get a different finish. The Distress spray is going to look chalky. The Dina Wakley spray is going to have a shine to it. And so to me, it ends up looking like water, and I really like that kind of splash look. The die cuts that I'm using for this page, I believe, are from the Amy Tangerine A Day at the Park, or Picnic in the Park, I think is the name of that collection. I will link it below if I can find it online still, and it definitely has some serious summer vibes and all the rainbows, so it's screaming my name. I'm kind of looking through it again. I'm going through my stash, some things I haven't used in a while, so I have to mix and match. I'm trying to figure out where I want things. What do I have? What do I have in this collection? I love this word sunshine. That's from a Felicity Jane kit. I really want to include that. It's wider than a regular Traveler's Notebook page though, so I'm trying to figure out how I can make that work. And then I love the little card that says remember this. So it has this coral color, which looks really nice with the blue. And so I will bring that in with this paper that again is a Hip Kit Club scrap. It actually has kind of a wood grain to it, which wouldn't be my preference, but I'm going to tear it along the edges. You're not going to see a lot of the pattern, just a little bit of that color popping out from the pool picture to bring the coral in on both sides. So I love tearing paper. I think it adds fun texture and interest to your project all of the time. And I like the imperfectness of it, especially on a Traveler's Notebook page, because I don't want those to feel too formulaic. I want them to feel just fun and put together as if I were putting it together while traveling, which I've done before. I've done full Traveler's Notebooks while on the road, and that's a really fun way to document a vacation if you're doing it kind of as you go, because then you really get the stories ready to go. So I do the same thing for the second picture. So that's a picture of my son and his good friend kind of just chilling out on by the poolside. Like, they wrapped themselves in towels and enjoyed the warm sun when they were tired of swimming. And I thought it was so sweet to see them laying next to each other. And then, of course, all the kiddos' heads peeking out from the edge of the pool. I think it just screams summer. Okay, and now comes the fun part of where I'm going to put all the things. So I start pulling tags, I pull pieces out that I really like and just start kind of placing them down. Again, you see me looking to where I want to put that sunshine. Like, I'm desperate to put that word sunshine down. And I decide, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. It's a really long word, really big, and it kind of bends because it's so long and written in this cursive font. So I have to place it really carefully, but it doesn't cover up anything. It's going to come slightly onto this particular card. For a second, I think maybe I'll bend it and keep it off the card, but I don't think so. I think it looks kind of cool there. And now I'm just going to play with the embellishments. Look at how cute and summery these are. It's fun to just piece things together. You don't have to follow a formula on any of your projects, on your creative journaling, on your documenting. Just pick out pieces that are fun for you, that bring you joy, and it'll be fun to use them, and it'll give you joy when you look back at these projects. And that's what I want my scrapbook projects to be. I want them to be things that people look through, that people handle and flip through, and I love when my kids like to check them out. So I do bright colors. They don't always have to do with the picture that it's in there. For instance, I'm going to use florals on this page. There are no flowers out there by the pool, but that's okay. I love the bright colors, so that definitely gives me the same vibe that I'm going for. I really like that summer lovin'. That's absolutely perfect to kind of set the tone. And I like to switch it up. So these pages happen to be super colorful and bright. I'm sure I will have some more muted pages in here as well. It's fun to just layer and to play and to see what you can put together. I end up ditching that floral bouquet, and instead I bring in another circular piece because I think it balances well with the circular piece that I put over on the left. I wanted that floral bouquet because it had a glitter finish to it, and the rainbow circle on the left has a glitter finish, but that little tag, that heart tag, also has a glitter finish, so I think it fits. It'll bring glitter to both sides. And then up top, I want to put that summer lovin', but something was just feeling off about it. And so I actually grabbed these florals, and that worked for me. It broke up the boxiness that I was kind of feeling start to develop, and adding those florals and having them just pop up out of the top and then layering that summer lovin' on worked really well. And I like how all of that came together. So I had an additional paper from the Hip Kit Club that had some different rainbows on it, and I opted to fussy cut one of the rainbows out because I wanted to add it to my page because I love rainbows, so why not? I'm going to add it up here at the top, but I'm going to use some adhesive foam dots, like I said, dimension, and that way it'll pop up and add a little interest up at the top. I thought about putting some thread underneath, but changed my mind at the last second and decided I would go with just the rainbow, and I think all the embellishments and things are pretty much done for these two pages. So I have quite the Tile Alpha stash from all these years that I've been a By the Well for God team member and a By the Well for God customer. So I use my Tile Alphas all the time in my memory documenting projects. And I'm labeling Bradley and his friend Nora, and then over here I'll put Pool Crew. To wrap up these pages, I will do some journaling off camera and then put my ring book back together. Let me know in the comments below if you like changing up your documenting process for the summer. I am digging Traveler's Notebooks, and I like this deconstructed notebook. We'll see how it goes for putting together this mini album for the summer, but right now I'm pretty excited about it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I have linked the supplies that I could find down below. Heads up, some of those are affiliate links. They do not cost you anymore, but they do go a long way to supporting this YouTube channel. A huge shout out to my YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are awesome. If you are interested in finding out about some of the perks that you can receive as a YouTube member, a Scrappy YouTube member, make sure to click the link in the description box. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.